Right, what's up, traders? What's up, Dan? Happy Friday, dude.
Morning, guys. Morning, James. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all good. I'm all good. Yeah, we just had NFP numbers come out, and markets pushing on that. So it's going to be interesting. I like the longs for this Friday personally. I was just looking at that, but I gave them a little bit of a rundown into the pre-market session. So we've taken our previous day's highs now in ES. We're looking a little bit better than yesterday's pre-market price action. So that's at least a little bit better on ES and NQ. What's up, guys, in the chat? So this is going to be Dan and I today. Andre is off, but we'll see. Dan's going to obviously be looking for his RB trades. I'll be looking for my opening range trades with VWAP. I know Dan obviously uses VWAP as well. So maybe you can get your screen up, Dan, see what you're looking at. I personally like the longs today. We've pushed up here above previous day's highs on NQ. We're trading above now that range that we were kind of trading in yesterday, as you can see. So that's what I'll be looking for. What do you like in this morning?
Yeah, I like the longs as well. To be fair, I mean we've been above the daily VWAP since 1 a.m. this morning. So
Yeah,
longs buyers have been in control since pretty much all of pre-market. And yeah, I mean based on that, I expect here a little bit more of a pullback first. I do expect that first. Maybe we'll come back to the daily VWAP, test that, and
sure.
then go higher. So that's what I'd be looking for anyway. Hopefully, for me today, I think based on if I just go to the IB by rejection stats, it
Yep,
is massively in favor of IB low forming first, break of the IB high. That's a 74% chance. The shorts for
sure.
the IB by rejection, the stats are nowhere near as high. So I instinctively every single day go into the market thinking, please give me longs today. Please give me longs because
Yeah,
the stats are massively in favor of that. I mean, I got a win yesterday as well, and that was longs as well, which was really good.
sure.
This trade just here from yesterday, where basically we came up. Luckily, it was 10-20. We came back to the IB 25, and I caught a nice little long there to the IB high. Also, as well, because price actually closed. Where did it close? It closed here between the IB 25 and the IB 0. So according to edgeful, that was, if we just go to the IB 0 to IB 25 report, that one there, I was like at 82%. Yeah, look at that. 82% chance that we were going to break the IB high yesterday. So that
Yeah.
was a really nice win yesterday. I didn't hold it all the way to the IB.
To the high side. And then Wednesday and yesterday were a little bit more choppier than usual. So we'll see what we get
Yeah.
into the open. The open is in the next 5 minutes. I'll obviously be looking at my screen. You're going to see how Dan uses edgeful stats and how I use it. I like using the screener. Do you use the screener as much, Dan, or
Yeah,
not?
I keep an eye on it. I keep an eye on it.
Okay.
Like, for example, if the screener, I mean, it's not up yet, obviously, but if the screener is massively bullish and I'm taking a short, I do feel my heart racing if I'm going against a screener. So
Yeah.
I do like to trade on the side of the screener, on the side of the data. For me, my best trades are just when I'm right side of both VWAPs, right side of the edgeful data, right side of the screener. You're not going to get those days every single day. And sometimes I may take a trade where maybe right side of the VWAPs, right side of the data, but maybe not the right side of the screen. Otherwise I'll never take a trade. But it's one of those where my A plus setups are the ones where I am the right side of all of those things. So yeah,
Yeah. No, agreed. Perfect. So we got,
the
as I
tech
said,
bros.
yeah,
You seen that
yeah,
comment?
what's up, Andre? Um, but yeah, as I said, on NQ, we are trading above that range that we were trading in yesterday. So let me just go like this. So we above that range. So we kind of just had a very, very choppy range on ES, but NQ did break out a little bit. We're trading above that. So that was like to go to that just range like that. We had that range kind of like that, like a 300-point range that we were trading in. So we're trading above that. I would like to get longs ideally, today to end of the week, but yeah, we'll see. The VWAP is obviously also slanting a little bit more, favoring the longs as well. The daily VWAP is slanting higher, and then the DAX also made its move into the London session and now into the New York session as well. DAX is soaring now. I think from that opening range breakout trade, it is up 100 points. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, as I said, Dan and I have both expressed our interest in taking longs, but we'll see what happens now into the open. As you can see, opens in the next 2 minutes. The screener is counting down. I've got a screener that I use as well here, Dan. So I've got a screener that I use in the first 30 minutes. So after the first 30 minutes, it'll give me a screen, and you can customize it. So this is how I've done it. After the first 30 minutes, it will give me a bias, and then I'll go to my this one, and this is after the first hour. So we'll see what we do get. But as I said, I think it looks really, really good to take potential long positions on. NQ's just been a little bit more bullish in the last day or so than ES potentially. So yeah, but open now in the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, finally, thank goodness for that. I mean, I mainly trade. I've said to myself this month, I am trading NQ. I am
Yeah,
not touching ES. And
yeah, yes,
everybody on stream, you can hold me accountable to that. I'm saying that right now for everybody out there. I am staying away from ES because I keep getting tempted by her, and she keeps screwing me. So it's kind of one of those where I just I need to trade what's worked really well for me this year.
yeah,
Really well this year is just being a master of one, just focusing on one asset and just really
yeah,
focusing on that. And then if I miss my IB25 move because it happened on ES and not NQ, then I'm okay with that. I
sure,
am okay with that because I just want to keep it. I trade best when I trade simple. That's just
yeah,
that's the way I've been since first started trading. Is that the simpler I trade, the better. Right side of
yeah.
VWAPs, one asset. Yeah, that's how I'll trade best. So I'm holding everybody else on stream right now. You call me out. You see me taking stupid trades with ES. Call me out.
Yeah, I did say I was not going to trade YM, and then I actually had a nice YM short yesterday, but I think that was like a month ago. So I've had some nice trades on it too. So have been looking at it, but NQ is what I trade mainly as well. So we'll see what we
Yeah.
do get into open. Someone's just
So
asking
this
what
was
your
ES yesterday. Oh, go on.
yeah, someone's just asking in the chat what your screener setup is.
My screener setups. Let me just get up. So the screener setup for me is here. So I just got basic screener settings for mine. But I have
Yeah,
to admit, I lean into the what's in play a bit more
yeah,
than maybe the
sure.
screener. Do you know what I mean? Because the what's in play has its own sort of screener at the top as well. And what
Yes,
I've done with
absolutely. Yeah,
is I've got an MES MIM what's in play template, and then I've got an MNQ what's in play template where
sure.
literally the things on my what's in play are just focusing on MNQ. Because like I said, I want to focus on one asset, focus on that. So keeping an eye on these just is what I do. And these are my 15 reports here. Let me just get them up here. So I got like gap fill. I like to look at that. ICT opening retracement. Obviously the initial balance by rejection. Inside bars. That's my second favorite report by a
The
mile.
go-to, yeah.
Your favorite here as well, James, the opening candle continuation. I like to keep an eye on that.
Yes,
And then the outside days as well, because when the days don't play out, then outside days may be in play as well. So those are the ones I sort of keep an eye on. And this is really useful for me. I love the what's in play. I would say
yeah.
I love it even more than the screener for me
Interesting.
personally.
I must say I
Yeah,
don't use the Watson Play as much as I do the screener, but it just shows you how everyone
it's
uses
interesting.
the edgeful data differently. But we have had the open come in right now, NQ just bouncing a little bit. We'll see what we do get if we find any trades. Yeah, and then someone was saying about I struggle with DAX's volatility. Go wider stops, and I use the same opening candle continuation in previous day's range report on the DAX as well in the London session. We had actually a brilliant break and retest of the opening range today on the DAX in the London session, which obviously I missed personally, but yeah, it looked really, really good.
Did you see ES from yesterday? Look at this one. Like compared to NQ yesterday. Look at ES. Look how much weaker ES was yesterday. It's crazy
Oh,
how much weaker it
yeah, it
was.
was.
I mean,
Yes, actually broke the opening range, double broke the opening range. So
yeah, it's crazy. But look at this. If you took an IB25 yesterday on ES, you would have got absolutely smoked. I mean,
Brent,
for me, like this is, I would never take an IB25 with this sort of setup
sure,
anyway, where we're closing above the VWAPs, below the VWAPs. That's just chop silly. So that's just for me. If you see me entering something like that, I'm chasing. I'm just chasing.
sure.
That's a FOMO entry if I enter that. So that's where ES. That's why I've always preferred NQ over ES because I tend to find ES just generally speaking lags behind NQ. It's just a bit slower getting to where it's wanting to get to. But actually in July it was a little bit different, but it's been good to see NQ leading the way, like you said a minute ago.
Yeah. No,
Sure.
NQ has been playing, you're holding up a little bit better as I mentioned, but Yeah, let's see. As I said, into the open now, NQ is bouncing a little bit. NQ back up to 750. It's bouncing above previous day's highs. So we'll see what we do get into the open. What other than the RB, what other conferences do you potentially use, Dan, on your trades?
Yeah,
More
well,
recently, I know.
I tell you what, this question here, I think it means IB25, not IB12. What would keep you out of taking
Sure.
an IB25 trade? Literally on stream last Friday when I was looking at a setup, that day is like the perfect day of a day where I had a number of different conferences that would keep me out of the trade. Where was it? Was it Friday? Was it Friday the 31st? Was that last Friday? I think it was, wasn't it?
Friday
Yeah.
the yes,
Friday the
31st. I
31st,
don't know.
was
I
it?
was off. It
Yeah.
could have been the 31st. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this was it. So this was live on stream last week. So if you were with me on stream last week, you literally saw me live, not taking a trade. And everyone in the chat can confirm this. Who was on with me last week? I said once we got to here, don't bother entering here because you're going to be in Chop City for hours and hours and hours on a Friday. I told everybody to get off chat and go and enjoy the rest of the Friday when the stream is done. Look at
Sure.
that. Look, there's a number of different things here of why I stayed out of this trade on Friday. So first of all, look at that. 642 drop in how much time? I think it was like, yeah, in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
600-point drop in 45 minutes. There is no
Yeah.
way that I'm thinking to myself, this is going to continue going down for me, maybe 1,000 points more. Even with that
Sure.
previous session low there, for me, that's a massively exhausted move. So when we got this pullback here to what would be for me a mechanical IB25 setup, I'm thinking to myself, well, no, it's really exhausted. It's probably for the rest of the day because it's Friday, because we've had that huge drop lower, it's more likely to just chop. Do I want to get involved in something that I'm anticipating has been an exhausted move on a Friday? No, I don't. So that was one reason why I say
Mm.
that. I'm looking at how much it's actually dropped lower. Second of all, as well, the previous session high here, that was filled as well. That was completed, that start. Usually I
Yeah.
find when the previous session high or low is hit, usually we get a bit of a reaction there of some kind. So I'm
Yeah.
very caught
That makes sense.
entering, when it's hit there. So that's the second reason. And what was the other reason? There was another reason as well. I said it on stream last week. I can't remember what it is. I actually just, for those who follow me on Instagram, I've literally just posted a reel today, which literally goes over this exact trade and the reasons why I stayed out of it. There was one more reason. I cannot remember what it is. Oh, yeah, that was it as well. The gap fill, if I turn on the gap fill indicator, look at that. Gap filled as well.
Yeah,
Just
there we
before
go.
we get
So
recent
gap
high
fills
as
as
well.
you. Yeah.
So
Sure.
exhausted move, outside day stack completed with the previous session high taken out. Gap fill also done. There's 3 different conferences there that had been filled before my entry. So, and it's a Friday. Do I want to get stuck in anything on Friday? No. So
Yeah.
those are the reasons why I say that. So in answer to your question, James, what my confluence is, previous session highs, previous session lows, gap fills, those sort of things, as well as, of course, being on the right side of the VWAPs as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. No, nice. Yeah, NQ bouncing a little bit, yeah, back up to 770s. And then what's NQ bouncing a little bit, and then ES trying to hold up as well. We actually tapped into the daily view app at the moment on ES, so I'm watching that. But other than that, yeah, we'll see what we get into. Obviously, it is NFP Friday as well. So if we don't find anything on stream, that's cool too. We don't have any other scheduled news releases, at least that I know of, for the rest of the day. Any high impact news releases. ES is way weaker than NQ. Yep, at the moment it is. We can see. But ES is trading at this daily view app at the moment. We can see over here, which I've got on my screen over here, is this black daily view app at the moment. So we'll see if we can find maybe a potential long off of that. I know Dan's going to be looking at NQ, so I'll just use ES to maybe play NQ as well. I potentially like NQ for longs. I just want to see how we can settle in, and then maybe get something like something like that. NQ
Yeah.
is trading at that previous day's highs now as well, which I do like. But yeah,
Here's a question for you, James. If
yeah.
price did this, touched the daily VWAP, got a little bounce, would you be interested in a long, even if you were below the New York VWAP? Would you fight the New York VWAP because you got the bounce off the daily VWAP and because your long bias coming into the session? Would you say if the
I
VWAP
might, and then I might
was
go for wider stop.
like that?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, so you go wider
yeah.
stop.
Yeah,
At
I'll
what?
probably just go with the wider stop then, personally.
Below the wick here or below the lows over here? Like how wide would your stop be?
But it would probably on NQ probably have to be like 29, 560, 550, somewhere like that. Yeah, so underneath
Okay.
daily view up.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit
Okay.
wider.
So you go. Okay. So
Yeah.
you don't base your stop loss on the wicks to the left. You base it on just a certain amount of points below the daily VWAP.
Yeah. Well, I am looking at that structure to the left where we got at like 594. I'd go like 30 points below that, 20 points below
Okay.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
We can
Interesting.
see like
Yeah.
what I'm talking about is like over here, like this structure over here, right? We can see we got a structure point to the left. So if I'm looking to take a long on NQ, like something like that, like maybe something like over here, I'd go like a stop loss, like like something like that underneath it, and then look to trade back up towards that high. So
Yeah.
yeah, why I'm with a massive pin to the daily view app. Look at that. That's a
Ooh, yeah.
that's a 200-point pin. So we'll see. Things are holding up at the moment. We can see all the stocks are green, and then Apple and Google are just slightly red at the moment, but looks pretty decent for now.
They're basically flat, aren't they? Google and
Yeah,
Apple.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're just green now. So yeah. Yeah.
See, back to but we are trading above that previous day's highs. I mean, I did go over that pre-market as well, but we can bring it up. So if we go to the report section here and we go to NQ, so I use the extended market hours, Dan, personally, but
Yeah, I know you do.
we can see previous day's range. So previous day's range, we have a 78% chance year to date on NQ. If we take out the highs, that we will close as a bullish closing day. Now, obviously, we have been in such a bullish market this year that will obviously favor the longs. Took a while, made open
Yeah.
on a gap for nice, locked in some nice profits in the week. Nice, yeah, nice, yeah. Good to see you
Ooh,
trading
nice.
YM as well. So that's obviously just to go back of years. We've taken out those previous days highs, which is that white dotted line. We have now obviously year to date like over 70% chance that we will close the day as a bullish closing day. So we got to keep that, keep that in mind that you don't, at least for now, I wouldn't be looking for anything to the short side.
Yeah. No, for me, it's longs or nothing at the moment.
Yep.
Longs or nothing. Someone's asking now. Zid. Hello, Zid. If you have the mindset of this month, you may scalp it a bit like yesterday. Maybe. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, the scalp yesterday was mainly because of a time reason, just commitments off the desk. But we'll see. Like I'm the IB high and the IB low is sometimes I'll see it as a target, sometimes I'll see it just as a draw. So it's kind of it's just a bit of discretion there more than anything. But it played out beautifully yesterday, though. Anyone who held out for the IB high yesterday.
Oh yeah, NQ. I think the longs on NQ were really, really nice yesterday. Yeah. I obviously took Y in the shorts, but yeah.
But I tell you what, though, the IB high was the high.
Sure.
If you try to hold on for the 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 extensions, you wouldn't have got it yesterday. It just continued to chop around. But maybe that's because, day before NFP, price action generally tends to do this load of rubbish, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. I'm just trying to make sure as well, this month as well, I'm trying to just really focus on process, but really taking those A+ setups. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a summer month. Summer months generally, I tend to not perform at my best, and or my edge doesn't perform at its best as well. So it's kind of one of those. I'm just trying to be really, really strict with A+ setups. I think I said it on stream last week as well. That the market wizard Michael Marcus, he said that if you only focus on taking your A+ setups, you will very likely make money. No matter what market, no matter what edge, if you're just focusing on A+ setups and just taking those, it's hard to lose money with that. I think that's kind of something that's stuck with me from reading Market Wizards is just focus on the A+ setups, be really strict with that, and yeah, you'll find it hard to lose money.
Yeah, I think if you just trade less as well, that's obviously going to help.
Yep.
You know,
But that will come with taking A+ setups, and that's why
Exactly.
taking A+ setups is so hard, because they're so rare, and you
Yeah,
wanna
wait.
turn up and
Yep.
trade, and yeah.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah.
We are bouncing quite heavily on YM. I'm going to potentially watch that for longs as well because I think it offers some good setups sometimes, but we'll watch that. Any questions in the chat? Again, it is Friday, NFP Friday, so maybe a bit more tight than usual. Again, trading your best setups. What you said, Dan.
Yeah. Yeah. Someone
So
asking if they can see my monthly calendar. Mad Trader, literally, there's nothing to see apart from yesterday's. We're only first week into the month, and I've had such a flat, boring week. I felt like the most boring trader imaginable this week. Like it's been, it's one of those where I think people see me say, "Oh, I'm flat Monday, flat Tuesday, flat Wednesday," and they think, "Oh, this guy's so disciplined. Like he's just like it's so easy for it." It's not easy. Trust it, it's really not easy to walk away
Sure.
flat 3 days in a row. 3 days in a row is unusual, I would say, for me. Looking at my back testing results and looking at my live trading for this year, having 3 flat days in a row is not common. But
Sure.
it's one of those where if I look at my 3 days and go, did I follow my process to the T? Absolutely. So it's an
Yeah.
absolute win this week in terms of process. And I got my win yesterday as a sort of a reward from the market.
There we go. Yeah, YM is balancing quite heavily. NQ 750, so it's still looking good on NQ as well. Yeah,
Chopping at the
yeah.
moment though, since morning.
As you said, you don't have to trade each and every single day to make money trading long term. That's for sure.
No. My data always says it. Always says it every single time. The months where I trade the most, I lose the most, or I make as little, compared to previous months. It's always the case.
Let's have a look.
I don't know how some people do it, taking like scalpers taking like 50 trades a day or like 100 trades a day. Like, how do you do that? Like, I would literally just want to go and rock in a rocking chair in a dark room for about 4 hours after every trading session.
Yeah. What's up? What's up, Johan? Good to have you on. Took a while. Yep. Yeah. And then someone was asking about your calendar. You said.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many accounts are you trading at the moment, by the way, Dan?
Yeah, I am. I've scaled back this month. I did an X post on it towards the beginning of the week. And the reason is because I've been scaling from January. I started on like 13 accounts, something like that. And that was from trading like 5 or 6 in October, November, December of 2025. So it's not like I just went from 1 to 10. I have tried to responsibly scale up my accounts, and only if my performance in terms of following, not P&L, but following my process. If I've been following my process and being disciplined, I've rewarded myself by scaling up each month. And it worked well up to a certain point. Do you know what I mean? But once I got to like 25 plus accounts, I started going into the trades with my heart beating a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And I think it was not the only factor in July for me having a very, very slow month. In fact, a red month I had in July. But it was definitely one of the factors for sure. So I've just scaled it back now from to 15 accounts, and I've scaled it back to fewer firms as well. I mean, I'm trading just I'm trading this month. I'm going to trade Traderify, Blue Guardian, and what's the other one? Oh, Traders Launch. Mainly because I'm planning on traveling this month, and the country I'm going to be traveling to, it's a restricted country for many prop firms. And some prop firms, they're like, if you trade in the country, they won't let you do it. While some firms are like, well, it's okay to trade in the country as long as you're a resident or a citizen in a country that we allow. It's weird how prop firms have different sort of rules on it. But I just was. Yeah, but it's so funny because I think somebody noticed in my Trade Sync calendar that there's no top step or top one. And someone DM'd me yesterday. It's like, oh, you're not telling everyone that you blew your top step and your top one account. It's like, no, I've not blown them. They're fine. They're just been put to the side for now because I can't trade those this month because I'm going to be traveling a bit. And but Traderify, Blue Guardian, and Traders Launch, really travel friendly prop firms, to be fair. So yeah, so 15 accounts for those 3 firms, and we'll just take it, we'll just scaling back a bit. And I think that's why I've just had to listen to my emotions and just be really sensible with just,
Yeah.
rating it
No
back a
telling
bit.
anyone
So yeah.
you blew your accounts. Yeah, that's funny actually.
It's like, you know what? I take it as a compliment though, that people are that interested in my
Interested, yeah,
accounts. Yeah.
sure.
Instead of focusing on their own accounts, they're super invested in my accounts. So I take that as a compliment for sure.
Jeez, that is, yeah, I wouldn't notice if someone posted or something like that.
Well,
I
of
would
course you
not
wouldn't.
be.
And that says it all, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Oh, congrats to you, by the way, for what was it?
Yeah, cheers.
$10,000 in
Yeah,
payouts?
I got a 10K payout. I got some of it's coming today and then some of it on Monday. I've just got to wait until Monday. So I'm not trading. I haven't traded those accounts since some of them since 2 weeks ago, and then some of them since Monday. I had a quick win to lock it in. You got to recheck the minimum amount days or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. If I sculpt like Bruce, which I'm trying on my hands and body will be full of sweat. Yeah, my trades are sometimes very quick, but obviously I do trade with wider stops too. So, it's not like I'm scalping for 2 points on ES or something like that. Yeah, we still ES is now back above New York Session Open VWAP. We've also got NQ. Middle of the range, very, very choppy right now. We're all obviously looking like we're favoring the longs, ideally
Yeah.
at this point in time, just with the way that price action broke. We've actually wicked above just looking at the 15-minute chart, but we've wicked above the opening range high on NQ. As you can see, Dan, as well, you got that up as well. Yep. So yeah, I'm going to be looking for potentially longs on NQ. See if we can find anything on a Friday. We got Tesla up 2%. So Tesla's up 2%. Tesla is soaring. Nvidia is up as well. The only stocks that are down are Apple, Google, and Meta right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Not by much though.
No.
Or
not by
Google's
much.
dropped a little. Google's dropped a little bit, but yeah, not by much.
No, not at all.
How is everyone doing on the first week of August, by the way? Are you green, flat, red? How's your August started so far? Because July was tricky for many. I think I asked this question last Friday on stream, like how are people July? There's a lot of red, lots of blown accounts, some green, but I think people found July very tricky. So it'd be interesting to see how people's August is going so far. Yeah, red, flat.
August has been, besides the run up after FOMC, I think it's kind of been a bit more choppy for sure.
Yeah.
I think I'll be slightly green this week. I did have a losing day. I had a nice gold swing position. That's actually going to put me green on the week. I took that on two of my accounts.
Yeah, gold is
Yeah, I've
surged
still
higher, isn't it?
gotten like a 5% of my original size running on that. But yeah, so or 5% or 10%, something like that of the original size. But this was my gold trade that I'm still trailing. So my stops are now. I just moved them underneath this level here, but that's only on two accounts over there, which you can swing trade on, and then I took it also on one personal. But yeah, that was a great entry. I mean, literally, I closed out over there 75%, and then this continues to soar. But yeah, gold's been on a tear, above 4,400 now.
So let me ask you the difficult questions on this Friday. Then, if you go back to your gold trade just there, what made you? Because you're playing VWAP, aren't you? Even on the swing trades, right?
Yes.
So what makes you go long then on that swing trade?
Yeah. So we got above the 5-day SMA. So I'm also using the 5-day SMA with the weekly VWAP on my swing trades. So on the Friday, Thursday into Friday from the previous week, so from last week, we got above the weekly VWAP and above that black 5-day SMA. That white line's hourly 200, but I mainly use the 5-day SMA. So we got above that. And then on Tuesday's close, I normally take my swing trades at the close. And so I was like, listen, we above the weekly VWAP, the 5-day SMA. I have a clear stop loss placement underneath this level at like 4,078. So I put it at 4,060. And then I just took the long and woke up the next morning in profit. So I was like, perfect. I'll close 75% up about 1.2R. And then I just trailed and closed the 20% off at the highs. And then I just was like, cool, I've got 5 to 10% left of the position. I'll let it run.
The close for you. What time is that? Your local time? Because you also have
that would
time
be.
slot.
I took it at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. our
8
time.
p.m. Okay.
But
Okay.
the stock market close is 10 p.m. at the moment, South African time. Yeah.
Are you trading? Is that swing trading CFD?
Yeah, CFD swing trades. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can't swing trade on the future side of things, but yeah, but above that 5-day SMA was kind of like my trigger, and then price holding above that essentially.
Yeah, cool.
NQ is looking a bit bullish here on the 1 minute time frame. Go to the 5 as well. Yeah, it does look like we want to break out. See anyone in the chat except made a dumb trade yesterday, should be green. Yeah, we all have those days where we make a dumb trade. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm green so far, but it would be more green if I sat out yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was a tricky trading day, I must say. Like there, you can see a lot of people even in the chat.
Yeah, it's one of those where if you go on,
I'm going to take a long here on YM.
Too long.
I just like us pushing us if we just go like that. So I'm going to get long here. I'm going to go stop loss quite wide. I'm going to go stop loss underneath previous day's lows, almost at opening range low. See if we can target back up towards those highs. I just like, I want to get long, but NQ is a bit too choppy at the moment for me. So we see how that goes. First, we got a great bounce off of that daily VWAP as well. So I'm just playing that level. We'll see if we can get some continuation here. NQ at the moment. NQ just a little bit more choppy for my liking just at this current point in time.
Yeah. No, I like it. I like that. It's a real bullish candle you got there, haven't you?
Yeah.
The 5-minute time frame for YM. So I like that.
And I'm just going to go with a wideish stop on this Friday. See if we can just get like a run up. It's also, we had quite a big day yesterday on YM. We also are coming off of the weekly VWAP. If you look at this as an hourly time frame, Dan. So we had the opening week range report as well in play on this. So we've broken the high side of the opening week range. You want to be looking for pullbacks because year to date on YM, I can give you the stat on it. Year to date on YM opening week range, we have a year to date 25% chance that we'll come back down and fill that level. But obviously it's a Friday, so maybe very unlikely, but 25% chance that we'll come all the way back down there. But ideally you want to be looking for longs on pullbacks if you take out that opening. So Monday and Tuesday set the high and low. You want to be looking for, if you take out the highs, you want to be looking for longs on pullbacks, and obviously vice versa for the shorts.
Yeah. I tell you what though, trading can be just so simple.
Your favorite one.
Yeah. But trading can be so simple sometimes. Kind of look at what you're doing there. Above the VWAPs, nice strong bounce higher, take long. Play right side of the VWAPs. You know what I mean? Put some other confluences in there as well. Got a trading strategy, haven't you? Morning zinc. Morning. What the hell am I watching? Yeah, this is Chop City on NQ at the moment.
Yeah, NQ.
Day after
I had a
NFP.
nice 5-minute close on that.
Dan.
So see if we can get to the highs now, but I'll keep you guys updated. We up 40 points at the moment. I'm gonna try and target the highs. Yeah, NQ. Geez, this is choppy. Wow.
Oh, Zinc in the chat. Did you get your payout? Your accounts over the line? I think Zinc's got like a lot of accounts that are like very, very, very close to payout as well.
Interesting.
At the moment, I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's Chop City on NQ at the moment.
Oh yeah.
I would say YM at the moment. Yeah, that's looking nice.
Yeah, NQ, but again, Tesla's up 2%, so maybe it still holds up for. Yeah, NQ, very choppy. NVDA is trading, just pinned the opening range high and then came back down. Still above the New York session open VWAP. Let's have a look. We got 4 minutes until the first 30 minute sets in here. So we can go to the screener. We can have a look at the first 30 minutes.
Just share your screen, James.
Yeah. So we're kind of favoring the longs at the moment, but obviously that will set in once the first 30 minutes, this opening candle continuation will come in, and this will give us a great indication of what's going to happen, or what could happen.
Right here.
Yeah, NVIDIA is trading still at the highs above New York session open VWAP, so that looks good. And then Tesla. Only Apple and Google are down so far, Dan. Wow, look at Tesla, bro.
Yeah. Whoa, we are sliding lower here now. We've just got nearly 100 point candle there on the 5-minute time frame. Wow.
Oh, wow, an NQ, jeez.
Yeah, wow. Well, to be fair, we did say at the beginning of the stream, didn't we, that we anticipated, potential move back to the daily VWAP and then potentially a move higher. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll read and react. I was saying on stream last week, if I got paid to predict, I would be very, very poor. I'm terrible at predicting.
See, this is what you're talking about potentially. Like that's what you were asking me about potential long for this area on NQ.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah, we had the daily view app now as well.
Oh, that's a good question from Stafford James, because I've done some content recently on the algo. I don't do the algos on a prop account. I do it on a small cash account. That's how I do it. It's a really small cash account for me, but it just gives me a little bit of pocket change by the end of the month. So yeah, it's just on the cash account.
I think it's better to do it on the cash accounts personally, because you don't have top firm rules.
I did it at the beginning of the year, the algo on a Lucid account, and I actually got the Lucid account to a payout. It's my only Lucid payout ever, and it's from an edgeful algo. That's the only time I've ever got a Lucid payout. I just, for some reason with Lucid accounts, I cannot get a payout from them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I like it on a cash account because it's just a little bit of pocket money at the end of the month. Do you know what I mean? It's quite nice. So
no, sure.
And at last month, I got a decent amount of money actually from the algo compared to my manual trading. I got no payouts whatsoever. It was red on the month, but the algo just gave a little bit of pocket money, which is quite nice.
Sure.
And Arvin, it's the 5. I do the 5-minute orb algo, so that's the one I've got going at the moment. I'm looking to get a second. May set up a second edgeful algo as well for the next month as well. Some really good ones on there.
Yeah, my why I'm still above New York session open VWAP. I did turn with NQ sliding as well. As you mentioned, I definitely think NQ could be a potentially. We'll see how it reacts at this level. ES is at the opening range low as well.
Yeah. Someone's saying the ES double break has played out, and actually the stats on the double break are, if I remember, they're decent.
On ES,
yeah. On ES, yeah. If we just go,
also been crushing it with the double break recently.
Yeah. It's just going to load here. Double break. That's actually not. It's not that. Not as good as I thought on ES. 49%. So 50% of the time it's a double break.
What, in the last 6 months? Yeah.
Yeah, in the last 6 months. Not as high as I was it, because I looked at it the other day and it was really strong. Maybe it was NQ I was looking at.
Maybe you were looking at like the last month or something like that.
Maybe. I mean, let's have a look for the last month on NQ. Yeah. I remember going on edgeful the other day and looking at it. It was like 70%. I can't remember what I was looking at. So sorry, guys. False information there.
False information.
I swear, unless I'm starting to dream about edgeful now. Someone in the chat, please tell me if I've seen it correctly. Please tell me, because I swear I've seen it.
Sometimes there's so many different settings you can play around with. Like you see something, you're like, geez, and then like you can't find it the next day or something. Like
Yeah. No, I'm definitely not dreaming about edgeful. I've seen it somewhere for sure.
Okay, so we do have the screen in our setting, and let's just refresh that. So we got the screen in our setting in. It is favoring longs. Okay, so favoring longs in the first 30 minutes, we have every single stock bullish except Google in the first 30 minutes. And then NQ was the only actually index that was bearish in the first 30 minutes. So ES and YM were bullish. NQ was actually bearish in the first 30 minutes. But obviously that could change in the next 30 minutes as well. I think the hourly, obviously the stats after the first hour do present a better better statistics on that. So we'll keep that at the forefront. But ES and YM bullish in the first 30 minutes, NQ bearish.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting to see what we do here at the daily view up on NQ.
Yep.
But once again, though, I don't know about you. I always tend to find that when we've got these big news candles like this, we always retrace back to the bottom of the
Yeah.
candle by the end of
Yeah.
the day. And look, it's happened again, isn't it?
Yep.
Quite
So
interesting.
just on my trade at the moment that I'm busy managing, I'm in profit at the moment. It looks good, Dan. I don't know about you, but I know you don't trade wine, but a chart's a chart. We
Trust the chart, yeah.
rejecting, yeah, we're rejecting that New York session view. That's a 15. This is the 5. I would like to get a move above 145, and then hopefully we get back up to like 200, which was the NFP level that we shoved up from. So I do like this trade at the moment where we're sitting. I just would like to get a closure above the opening range high. That's what I'm looking for.
Will you, if it cuts below the New York and daily VWAP, will you manage the position before the stop, or do you just let it play
Yes,
out
I
and just
tend to always not take full stop loss on it just because I've got a
yeah,
wide stop on it. Yeah, but
yeah,
hopefully that's not the case, and hopefully we blow on the screen and it moves higher.
yeah? No, but yeah, but I think it's looking good. But I would
Yeah,
say that's what I found works with negative risk to reward. Like, is that you've
sure.
got to, I think you've got to be, I keep saying it, you've got to be the best loser. You've got to be someone
Yes.
who's willing to
Yeah,
cut
you're not
it,
gonna win every
you
single
know.
day. Sometimes it's gonna like I know obviously you've been copy trading and sometimes, I've been also getting more accounts as well. And the P&L sometimes looks pretty nasty. Like you got like 8 grand down day or 5 grand down day, but then you also don't
Yeah.
realize that you also have like five grand and 8 grand up days too. You can't have the good without the bad. You have to be able to take it especially if you are starting to scale up the accounts, which as you mentioned you've been
Yeah.
doing as well.
Yeah, you got to zoom out, haven't you? You got to zoom out. You got to zoom out. I mean, for me, like, July was a tricky month, but I'm thinking quarter. I'm thinking
Sure.
quarter. Like, okay, there's a long way to go in this quarter yet. I
Yeah.
slightly read on that month. If I look back on my quarter and I look back on my year, that red month and those individual red trades in July are going to be very insignificant. So,
Sure.
it's no. I mean, you've been trading a lot longer than me. I can't imagine you take a loss and go whoop de doo. But
Oh, no.
it's when
No, not
no one likes
fun.
losing, do they? But when you zoom out, you can just
Yeah.
stomach it better, can't you?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Someone's asking in the chat what algo you're using. It's the edgeful algos. So the algos I'll be using,
Yes.
edgeful have algos that you can plug into TradingView and test before going live on your accounts. And you can do them on prop firm accounts, personal accounts, as Dan and I are doing them on personal. So yep, it's the edgeful algos.
Yeah.
NQ back down now, 616. Actually, slid quite hard on NQ. It's quite crazy how the NFP just pops it, and now we NQ sliding quite aggressively.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I've got the why I'm keeping an eye on your trade at the moment.
Yeah,
Yeah. 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 That's a strong close below the daily view up here, but we'll see. We'll see.
yeah. We'll see. I mean, it
Yeah.
is still
Still
potentially a good
making higher
level.
highs, aren't we? If you look at
Yeah,
it, we're still
from
making higher
pre-market.
highs since
Yeah,
yesterday. Yeah. From pre-market.
yeah,
So.
yeah. I agreed with that. And then again, like the screener overall, including all the stocks and everything, as I got them in the first 30 minutes, was favoring the longs. In fact, actually, NQ was the only asset on my watch list that was red in the first 30.
Yeah.
We'll
Yep.
see what we get.
Yeah. Someone asked earlier, what's a trade situation that I stay out of? This is a perfect example. I know it's too early. Yeah, I'm not going to take a trade yet, but this for me is an entry I wouldn't take because I'm fighting with the daily VWAP. The VWAP is in my way. For me, like I missed out on a win on Tuesday, I think it was. It kind of the daily VWAP was in my way. I didn't take the IB25 and it ended up chopping through and going through to target. But that's where I've just looked at my data and I look at the amount of times I fight the VWAP versus
Yeah,
not fighting the VWAP. And because I'm trading negative risk to reward, and although I'm cutting my losses before 1R, my losses are a little bit bigger than my winners. So for me, it's important if
sure.
I'm not going to fight the VWAP if it's going to lose more than it wins. So that's another situation. It's the most common question I get, actually. What are the reasons I
Interesting.
stay out of a trade? It's quite interesting, yeah.
What's the NQ doing? So NQ still NQ back up to
Bouncing.
bouncing 680, back up to 680. Yeah, but bouncing at that daily VWAP, which we spoke about.
Yep. What a great prediction I've made so far. Look at this.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Do not follow my prediction, though. Do not follow my prediction. Just take a random trade now. I'm not very good at it.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what we called, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Like
Nvidia is balancing a little bit. That's why off of the New York session and daily VWAP as well. So that's potentially why NQ getting a bit of lift. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we're turning back to the
Yeah.
VWAP on your YM one now. Let's see how it responds there, I suppose.
Yeah. Exactly. We'll see how.
So the VWAP is your invalidation level, or do you? Yeah.
On this trade, I mean, if we get like a strong closure below like 54,000, then I'd look to cut the trade. Just because we have such a massive wick on this. So if you look at this, I'm on the 15-minute time frame, but if you look on the 5 as well, like this 5-minute bar up here is quite strong for me. So I'm just seeing it as this, and then like a pullback before maybe the next leg higher. So if we get like a strong close below like that, I would take the position. Yeah,
makes sense. Makes sense.
You're
a big trade zealot guy, aren't you? So you're obviously and you take trades on multiple assets. What's like your strongest one? Which is the one that performs
at the
best
moment this year? My best asset's actually the DAX and then NQ. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because I think on some I had like a good run on the DAX. I think it was like I had probably like that time when I wasn't taking any losing trades. I was trading a lot of the DAX and NQ. So that those two, I didn't have not any losing trades, any losing days. I think I had like it was something crazy like 29 or 30 in a day, something I can't remember the exact number.
But you're not trading the DAX as much at the moment, right?
I am, but I would say it's been little bit more choppier in more recent times. That's why maybe I've pivoted to like more NQ and YM. But I'm also obviously have a lot of stock swing plays. But some of those accounts are personal accounts that I can't put on TradeZilla because they got it's not it's like there's no plugin to put it on TradeZilla, which is a bit unfortunate. But
got it. Yeah, got it.
So a lot of the stocks as well have been quite nice to me as well this year. Like I had a nice Meta play last month, but do
you think you'll give the single stock futures a go?
If they trade on the futures, yes, 100%. As Zinc was mentioning, it just depends on what the volume is doing on it. I mean, you don't want to be like there's no volume and you can't get filled at good prices and so forth. I mean, I prefer swing trading the stocks rather than day trading them personally, at least for me. So like where I can trade that on the CFDs, so it's all good. James, are you bullish or bearish? Well, I'm in the long on YM, so would like to
hopefully bullish.
Hopefully bullish. But NQ is a little bit more of a tricky one because it is below the VWAP and opening range low now. So I'm not too sure what you're going to get on that. I'm a little bit more indecisive. I think this is a good level to bounce from, but time will tell.
Yeah, I agree. I think we'll get a bounce, but I think what the next candles do in the next few minutes is going to be important.
If I had to pick a direction, I'd say still favoring the longs at least, or even on NQ, like where we are right now, as we mentioned, like the level there is pretty nice, but we'll have to see how we react off of it.
Yeah, until we're making lower lows from pre-market, you ain't going to change my mind on longs here, I think.
Stocks are green. I won't go the RB25 shorts on NQ. Yeah, I mean, every single stock is green except Google and Apple right now, which is interesting to see that we are, coming down so aggressively on NQ. That's what we were speaking about. Also, the screener for the first 30 minutes, everything was long bias except NQ in the first 30 minutes. The opening candle was red.
Yeah, that's a good question. What VWAP indicator are you using? It's the edgeful VWAP suite. So it's that one there. And it's quite good as well because they've updated it constantly. And, I think at the start it was only just like one VWAP, but now they've got like all the VWAPs there. It's just quite ideal because you don't have to just keep manually plotting them on. It just automatically on. You can switch which ones you want on and off. So yeah, it's a nice indicator to have. It always sounds so stupid. I think people must think sometimes like, well, I can just put it on my chart, each day and just click a button. That's just not a big deal. It's like, I don't know, when you're tuning up to the chart every single day, it's proper nice just to have simple indicators automatically set up.
Yep.
For me, anyway.
Oh, NQ sliding a little bit, yeah. Yeah, that you can also put a custom indicator on as well too, so you can get like it can be like you can anchor it to the start of the week, for example. It can show you where you are at the start of the week and in relative to price as well. So that's also something that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, we are moving lower here on NQ. Wow.
Yeah, NQ just slid pretty aggressively there. My YM still holding up, which is very interesting.
That's what yeah, holding on the view up at the moment, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, we'll see here how we do.
Yeah. Anyone had any trades so far? Their side. Yeah, we'll see. We at those pre-market levels on NQ as well, like 29,600.
Yeah. Contemplating an IB25 short here, but I will wait. I'm not gonna go into anything yet because I want to see if price does this for the next sort of 10 minutes, then I may take an IB25 short to the downside. We'll see if it holds below the V up for me here. I'm not going to rush into this. Sometimes I'll take the trade 10 minutes before the IB sets. I won't do that today.
Sure. Yeah, I know Zinc kind of stopped front running it as well, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It makes it easier for me to hold on a bit longer now because of the closing zones stat.
Yeah.
So if I just go on to the initial balance by rejection report. Now I've got it all set up here as bookmarks. It's so nice to have it. I would recommend anyone, if you're using reports or customized versions of the report every single day, get it bookmarked on the side. It's like literally like a click of a button. But to get the close, you just click on, it's basically, let me just go back here. It's on initial balance breakout by rejection, customize, and then it's this bit here, IB ending zone. And it's just when it closes between that 0 and 25%, it just, hold on, that's 1 month. There won't be much data with that. 6 months, just changes massively. Do you know what I mean? There, IB low form. So today, IB high forms first break of the IB low is 86%. Now, we talked about at the beginning of the stream, the general stats for the IB low to be broken when the IB high forms 57%. Not a great stat at all. But if we're closing between the IB0 and IB25 for the shorts to the first break of the IB low, something like this. So if we're closing, if I just draw it out here, if we close here between the IB0, this is the IB0, this is the IB25. So if we close here at 10:30, then you got 80% plus stat that we're going to go and break the IB low here. So that's why that stat alone makes it much easier for me to just stay a bit more patient.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah, NQ, look at that. Back up into 620, 633 now.
Yep.
Yeah, interesting.
Scalped RTY for 4 points. RTY, people trade that.
Yeah, Russell.
Do you trade RTY? Yeah, it's
Russell. No, I don't trade RTY. No. Wow, this is a strong bounce on NQ, Dan.
Yeah, that's what I was talking. Yeah, that's why I've got to be patient. Got to wait just a little bit longer. I'm still calling it. I still think we'll go higher here. But we'll see.
Yeah,
It's just
my
the
Y
stocks are green, aren't they?
yeah, stocks are very green at the moment, but
Yeah.
my YM bouncing at the daily and New York session open VWAP as well. This is a strong bounce on
Mm,
NQ.
yeah.
That's almost 80 points
Yeah.
at the minute.
Yep. Now, this is a day where I may potentially look for an IB75 trade here. I'm releasing a YouTube video on this weekend, just detailing how I look for these trades. So something like this, because you got the
Sure.
red line here, which is the IB25. But on days like this, where we get a strong break through these VWAPs, stocks are green, and if we get a close somewhere in this zone here at 10:30, that's where I would then flip my position, start looking maybe for longs to the IB high.
Mm.
And it's just it's not opinion based, data backed as well. If we
Yeah.
close IB 75 to IB 100, well, to be fair, for
It's
the
more than
shorts,
likely.
it's a
Yeah.
well for the shorts, it's not quite as much over the past 6 months, which is quite interesting. But we're not. But for look at it for the longs. That's so crazy the difference.
Yeah, so you're basically saying if it breaks to 75, it's more than likely going to go touch the other side of the range, the IB.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, look at it. Look at this here. When the IB high forms first, if we close between the IB 50 and IB 75, the chance of us breaking the IB high is 80%.
sure.
It's a huge stat saying that it's going to actually go towards the IB high. So it's that close. It's where it closes. Do you know what I mean? Around about 10:30.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah,
looking at
yeah.
the VWAPs and how, like, for me, IB 75 trades are not good if we're just doing this like slowly,
Sure. Yep.
because what happens a lot I find is it tends to wick the IB 75 and then just starts carrying on doing this, and you may just you find yourself just stuck in chop for the session. While if it actually goes with strength, which is doing, I mean, look at this. I mean, that is strength for sure.
Yeah, I'm back in profit now on YM. That's back in profit.
Yeah. Let's have a look at your YM trade. Yeah,
Yeah.
look at that. Look at that.
Mhm.
But VWAP doesn't work. Look at that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
right off of the
Beautiful
daily
dancer.
and New York. Yeah. I would like to get a strong closure in the next 20 seconds, and then the next 5 minutes, I would like to see it explode through that 150 level, ideally. Yeah.
Mm. Will you close it if it doesn't explode? Are you worried about chop? Are you worried about it
As
just
long as we
sliding
don't
lower?
come back now, as long as we don't come back down and like close below that. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's a fantastic. That's closing with no wick to the top. That's a very strong bullish sign for me personally on that trade.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's gonna be interesting to see what this 5 minute candle does
Oh,
now
NQ
on
back up
MNQ.
above 700 now as well. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Actually took
that's
the actually took the New York session view app actually to the high side.
yeah. How much did we move there? So
Um,
150.5 minute candle there,
yeah,
which I think
150
moved
points.
most of it. Let's have a look on the 1 minute time frame. Oh yeah, there's a few of them there, but yeah, 5 minutes, 150 points. Crazy.
That's a very, very strong sign. Then also now with NQ breaking the New York session VWAP, ES as well. Geez, ES as well. ES basically reversed, yeah, 21, 22 points off of the lows as well. If we can just get this now extension in the next 50 minutes, that would look really, really solid. We have the first hour is going to be complete in the next 9 minutes.
Yeah.
So we can go to my screener again for the first 30 minutes. The first hour, obviously, I'll change to my first hour screener. But for now, it's not looking too bad for the longs. It's looking pretty decent. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Just be cautious though. I think anyone looking at IB trades, just be cautious that we have had NFP today
yeah,
as well.
sure,
Do you know what I mean? NFP, it's a
yeah.
Friday. Are we done? Are we just gonna get chop inside the range we're a part of today? Just a thought. Just a thought. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm just chilling right now. I definitely like my YM position. I would like to go, like, I'm targeting those NFP highs at 200, so it's another 100 points higher. I think I got my stop loss in a good position, so we'll give it like another 15 minutes and then read and react from there.
Just
Anyone
going
have
through
any
the
trade that
comments at
they're
the
looking
moment.
at in the chat personally? Just interested.
I think with it being a Friday today, guys, just any trade you do take, especially if you're green on the week as well. If you're green on the week, don't take any trade unless you are going to look on it at the end and go, I would take that 100 times over. Honestly.
Yeah.
Especially if you, I mean, to be fair, green or red, to be fair, but especially if you're green for the week, make sure it's a trade you're going to be proud of. We're bouncing back a lower here. It's going to be, for me, this is going to be very important here now, how we actually.
I mean, after
how we
150
react
point
here.
bar, I would expect this to like chill at the VWAP and then make its decision from there. That, you're not going to just
Yeah.
explode another 150
No.
points higher. Yeah.
Question is, though, how long are we going to do this on a day like NFP? Are we? Because it did it yesterday, didn't it? If we just go to yesterday, look at this.
Yeah,
If you
no, yesterday was
entered in
actually
any
atrocious on the
trade from midday onwards, unless you're scalping it for points, like that would have been a miserable trade to sit in for for a long time, for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's ugly.
Yeah. Let's see it though here. Ooh, moving a little bit higher here though on NQ now to the IB75 at the moment. If we get a nice strong move lower, like higher like this in the next sort of 2-3 minutes, I may then put a limit order at the IB75 looking for a trade to the IB high. So
Sure.
I want to see, because we're getting close now towards the IB being set. So I want to just wait a little bit longer, see where the IB actually sets. Where does it set in the IB 100 to IB 75 or the IB 75 to IB 50? That's going to be interesting.
We're going to take opening range high now on YM, so that's looking good.
How is your YM trade doing? Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's looking nice. That's
I
a
would just
strong
like
bounce
to,
off the VWAPs.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Yeah, nice.
We've got another 5-minute candle on this. I would like, there we go, taking opening range high. We've just pinned above it, so that's looking good now. I would just like to get it to like 200, as I said, 54, 200.
Yeah.
That would be ideal for my trade. There we go. Just put it on the screen for me, Dan. What would your requirements be before thinking about copy trading multiple accounts? There we go, Dan. That's a good question for you.
Which one? What would your requirements be before thinking about copy trading? Requirements be before. Okay, if you're thinking about copy trading multiple, it depends what you mean by multiple accounts. Okay, so I would say before even taking one, before copying trading anything, you should trade one account until you get a payout. If you've never taken a payout before, do not copy trade. It's a simple rule. Do not copy trade if you've never taken a payout. Would you agree, James?
100%.
Yeah,
that's not
100%.
even an argument. No.
Yeah, no. But from there, what worked for me was just scaling it up through earning my right to scale up. So as I took more payouts early in 2026, I felt like, yep, I've earned the right to scale. So then I would, took a payout. Maybe I'd scale from one account to 2 or 3 accounts. And then I take another payout. It's like, okay, I can scale now to 5, 6 maybe. And that's the way I sort of did it. So I sort of earned my right to scale. And it's worked the other way for me. Like I preach what I teach here. It's one of those where it's not worked for me in July. I've traded poorly. I'm not blaming it on the markets at all. I traded poorly in July. So I'm just scaling it back a little bit at the moment, just getting myself right again in August. And then hopefully, you know, maybe September, October, if I earn my right, I may scale back up again, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
I think
go
you've got
through
to earn your
periods
right to
man,
scale.
as well. You go through periods too. Like I've just started
For
to
sure.
my first month back from going to the boot camp and that in the States, I traded poorly. Like I think I was slightly down, but nothing to be, you know, proud of in terms of the trading. But now that I'm back in and taking solid payouts, I'm like, cool, I'll go purchase some because I got a 10 grand payout. I'll go buy another $1,500 worth of accounts, you know, and so forth.
Yeah.
Again, we've spoken about it. Like if you buy, you know, with the CFDs, if you want to get like max funded with the FTMO, which you guys know that I love to trade, I've got a Blueberry account payout coming out too. But if you want to get like 3 or 4 accounts with the FTMO, it's only going to cost you like $2,000, you know, which, okay, it sounds bad to say like only $2,000, but if you're going to take a 10 grand payout on it, you made 8 grand. You know, Dan, would you do that every single month as a business owner? You know, spend 2
Yeah.
grand to make 10 grand. Yes, anyone would.
Yeah.
You know,
Of course.
and then you try and do that obviously across more accounts. So you know, like okay, cool, you can do it across 4. Go do it across 8. Then that spend 4 grand to make 20 grand, and you get the point of it. But yeah, I definitely agree. You shouldn't be copy trading. If you've never taken a payout before, I would also as far as go and say this, Dan. If you have never taken more than 5 payouts, you should not be trading more than 5 accounts. I would say that. Like, you know,
Yep.
there's just
It's a good
because
rule.
you want to build the consistency first before you go and spend this bunch. Like you don't want to go and spend 2 grand and then you have to spend it again because you blew all the accounts in 1 week. You know.
Yep. I think that's a good rule because it keeps it very simple for you in your head, then, doesn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just
And I'm
sorting
going
my
to
copy
cut
trader.
75% of my trade. I'm up 110. Sorry, I'm up 93 points. I'm going to cut 75% of my trade. I'm going to see if I can trail the rest.
Nice. I'm just sorting out my copy trader. I may enter into a trade here at the IB75. Just going to wait a little bit longer though.
Yeah, so we'll take that. I'll put some text on my chart now too.
Right. Okay.
James, how much are you risking on 100K FTMO challenge per trade? On the challenge phase, I'll risk $2,000 between 1.5 and 2.5 grand, and then on the funded anywhere between 500 and 1,000. So I don't really risk more than that on the funded stage. Good question. So bounce off.
Okay. I'm looking for I've got a limit order at the IB75 at the moment. So I like this.
Nice. So that was kind of like my thesis on this trade. And we making bullish market structure. I'm bullish on the indexes. The edgeful screener says long. We got a rejection of previous day's lows, and then I'm looking for. Took the bounce basically off of the daily and New York session open VWAP. So I hope that makes sense for you guys in the chat too.
Nice.
Let's go to Dan's screen. Are you long yet? Yeah, you're long. Nice.
Yeah, I'm long. Hopefully we don't get a big flush lower. If we do, I'll cut it quickly, but I'm hoping here that we'll get a nice move higher. I just like where it's closed. It's closed, you know, between the IB0 and IB20, IB100 and IB75. So I'm liking the longs here. Strong break through the VWAPs as well.
Yep. No, it looks good. I think you also got a nice stop loss placement on it. I think if it comes all the way back down there, you wouldn't really want it.
No, I do not. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Just the stock's all green as well. Like, hopefully my prediction at the very start will play out here.
Yeah.
Although, look at that move lower again.
I would even go as far. I know it's a bit more difficult on the futures, but I like the longs on NQ. So you took a long there, like even stop at low of there. I know it's going to be like 200 points, but like something like that, and then you see you can ride the long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. Many people look at my stop and think it's wide anyway.
No, dude, I go with wide stops. I prefer it. I don't like. I think if
Yeah.
you, yeah, I don't know. I just like wider stops.
Yeah. And we'll see how we do then. ES just took the high. Well, let's hope NQ does the same.
Yeah, yes, NQ looks good, yeah, Dan. I think we, as I said, like even after that first 50 minutes, like look at the 1 minute still making a potential higher low.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, all copy traded. It's just that strong break through the VWAP, the daily VWAP, the New York VWAP. There's a strong, strong break. So I'm hoping we'll get a bit of momentum here up to the upside on this. My target will be IB high or just a little bit above IB high. So that's where I'm sort of gunning for here.
Sure. Yeah, it looks decent. I think we can expect a pullback after such a large move.
Yeah.
So let's see if it wants to hold up here. Again, we have the first hour that's set in now too. So let's go to my screener on the first hour. We can see massively favoring the longs. So
yeah. Yep. Yep. No Italian flag today. It's good to see.
Yeah.
Have you cut all of your YM trade now? Or?
No, 75%.
75, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can trail the rest.
How do you have like a trailing rule or anything? Or
no, I just move my stop to break even, and then I try and if it moves higher in my favor, then I'll just take off more as it moves along. I don't really have a specific like, oh, if it's up this amount, I just watch price.
Fine. Yeah, makes sense. Got a slightly smaller risk on. It's only 1 micro on today's trade. I didn't want to go too heavy on a Friday.
Sure.
How are we looking on ES?
They're coming out with the nanos. James, could you break down your YM trade if possible? Yeah. So again, we get so I'm liking longs coming into the open. I mentioned that. So did Dan. So I like the longs. YM pins previous day's lows and then aggressively bounces back up. So that forces, not forces, that encourages me to take my long bias. So as we hold that New York session and daily VWAP, I get long with my stop loss underneath previous day's lows, and then I take off at that pre-market highs where I was looking for. And now I still think this could continue higher. That's why I'm trying to trail the rest. So yeah, above VWAP majority of the day, edgeful screener telling me I need to be long, and then couple that with price action off VWAP. So yeah. I still like it, Dan, even though it is pulling back.
Yeah, it's one of those where I want to see what it does on the New York VWAP here. It's not quite the move that I was hoping for, but we'll see. We'll see. What it does here in New York VWAP is important. So because I've got a bit of lower risk on it, I can give it a little bit more wiggle room as well.
Yeah.
We'll see. It's how it closes. How it closes here on this 5-minute candle that's important for me.
Yeah, I think as long as we can hold this level, I still think it looks good. What's Yeah, NQ 693. Tesla's up 2%. Again, like if I was long NQ, I'd have my stop loss at 561 personally. Just just giving it that wider stop because you want to be long bias on it, and it could still do something like this, like that. Like oops, maybe not that much, like that into the daily view app, and then move
Yeah.
off of that. Because
Yeah, I
daily
agree.
view app and opening range low are kind of like the same. Personally, for me, I mean, I actually don't hate the long at this level where we're sitting right now. You would enter something like this, like
Yeah.
that. And you'd have to stop, like maybe I'd have it like there, and then you're looking to take like pre-market highs, opening range high, then pre-market highs. It looks good.
We'll see. We'll see. How's ES doing at the moment? Let's have a look. Yeah, taking the IB high. Hopefully that keeps going higher. Drag NQ with it. That'd be quite nice to
Yeah.
see.
Dan, do you sit down at the start of the month and work out like a budget for how much you're going to spend on prop firms each month? Like, what's your, like, what are your, how do you work
Yeah,
that?
I mean, yeah, it's one of those where because I don't like buy prop firm accounts every single month. It's one of
Sure.
those where because I'm not blowing through many accounts because my risk is quite tight on all my prop firms. Is that I don't blow through many, but for me, it's kind of I have a number in my head. I will not go above that.
Sure.
I will not go above
Yeah.
it at all. So if I just went and blew all my prop firm accounts, today, I would not be able to buy all of them again going into August. I just wouldn't be able to do
Yeah.
it because I've already bought Blue Guardian accounts this month. So for
Yep.
me, it's like I cannot buy too many more.
Good.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. It's one of those. I have to. You have to have a budget. You have to treat it like a business, don't you?
Yes. Agree. Like you
Absolutely
can't
have
just
to.
go spending off the top of your head, basically. Is what you're
No,
saying.
no,
Yeah.
no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. What about you? Do you have a budget?
Yeah. I mean, I also don't buy every single month. I probably buy every 2 months, maybe 3 months, depending on obviously how the trading's been going and everything like that. But yeah, I have like if I like per month, I'll track how much I spend versus payouts and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Well, I may cut this if we don't get a bounce. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see.
Sure.
Not
Yeah.
not liking how we just entered into a bit of chop now.
Yeah. Let's see what Nvidia's doing. And Nvidia just did close for a new high and then just came off the highs too. So we'll watch that. Still
Mm.
looks pretty bullish.
I
Nvidia.
like the longs here. There were so many conferences today for going long on this.
Mm. Yeah, there
So
were.
many
I agree.
conferences. So and I liked where it closed as well.
Again, I still
On
like
on
the
the
price
IB.
that we had right now for the longs, Dan, personally.
Mm, yeah.
There's two losses for Mount after there. Have a great weekend. Cheers, Beard. Sorry about that.
Great discipline though. Take your 2 losses, get off the desk. Don't do any more damage. Let's see how we react here.
Do you close like full stop or full take profit? How does yours? How
Yeah,
does
I'll just close a position. I just keep it
okay?
simple. Just keep it simple.
No, I'm saying like, do you let it hit your stop loss or how do you operate on that?
No, no, no. I'll cut it. I'll cut it.
Okay,
So yeah, it's at the point now where I will cut this if it goes lower or too much lower
yeah,
because I don't want to take a full stop loss of this, especially on a Friday as well. I want to
yeah,
look back on it and go, yeah, I've took the loss, but I want to manage the loss well. So we'll see here. It just depends what this candle does here. I think if we continue moving lower, I'm very, very close to cutting this now. Because I just want to see that move back above the New York view up, because if not, we may just end up moving quite considerably lower here.
Sure.
May just be, it may, to be fair, you know, the IB highs form first, IB lows form second. So, you know, the IB low is still in play here, but I liked where it closed for me. 10:30 a.m. we closed around
As I
about
said,
here.
I like this
I liked
level
it.
where we're at right now. We're rejecting back above New York session open VWAP, off opening range low, off the daily VWAP. It looks good, personally.
Yeah, but
Maybe
for me, it's just like, it just with the confluences, with the stocks being bullish, with the strong
Yes,
close, but you know, above the VWAPs, I liked it. I liked it. It's just had a bit of a pullback at the moment, but how deep the pullback is going to be is going to tell whether I actually get out of this trade or not. So we'll see.
sure. Give me a second, Dan.
And see where this closes. It's one of those where I'm not going to take the full stop on this, guys. I will cut this if it continues going lower. So I'm going to have to be a good loser here and just cut it if it doesn't want to play ball. Hopefully we get that move back above the New York VWAP here. Very, very close to cutting this now. It may come here and test the daily VWAP, and it may move back higher. But I think for me, I can't hold this for too much longer. I think I'm just gonna have to just.
Interesting to see ES just at the moment. It's a lot stronger than NQ.
Yeah, interesting.
Very, very
See
interesting.
how we're gonna react here to the daily VWAP.
Yeah.
That's the interesting part now. Yeah, I still think it's going to go higher. I still think that, but I'm going to have to just play. I'm just seeing what it does here with this daily VWAP.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I had a lower risk on it, so I'll give myself a little bit of wiggle room with it. Otherwise, I probably would have cut it by now, to be fair.
Yeah, you guys with the futures can't really take on too much because drawdown because of your sizing essentially.
No, exactly.
Why I'm still holding up? It's back at just above my entry price, 15 points or so. Yeah, Dan.
Okay,
Here
so we
comes the long.
closed above the daily VWAP here.
Yeah. Yes, also above New York session open VWAP.
Let's see. Be a beautiful bounce if we did. If we touch that daily VWAP and then move higher, that would be awesome.
Yeah. NVIDIA is pushing as well. NVIDIA is pushing a lot. Yeah. NVIDIA is bouncing now. Look at that. NVIDIA has broken its opening range high and now looking like it wants to continue higher. So that's pushing. YM, I didn't get tagged at break even, so I'm still in that, up 46%, 46 points on the trail. NQ right at daily view up right now, and then as I said, ES looking actually pretty bullish here, but it's like a break and retest down of opening range high, on ES.
Yeah. It's crazy how much we talked before about NQ being stronger on many days. Remember, it looks like ES is the stronger
ES
one
is
this
leading.
month.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Just NQ just doesn't want to seem to go higher here. It's just thinking what to do on the daily VWAP. If any of you can get the imaginary sort of rope on that candle and just pull it high, do this, pull it higher for me. If you can do that for me, guys, that would be great. Just like this. That would be awesome. I think people are doing it. People are doing it. Look at that.
Yeah, it's coming. There you go. I think this bounces back up. I think at least we got an opening range high, Dan, but that's...
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I want to see it break through that New York VWAP with strength because we've already rejected off it already.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah, we've got 10 more minutes over here. If you aren't liked or subscribed, we do this every single day with edgeful. Okay, so make sure you are liked, subscribed, got the notifications on. Andre and I'll be live on Monday again. Last week Monday, or this Monday, I had a nice NQ long trade, and then I think Wednesday I took 2 losses on ES, and then I took a winning trade yesterday on YM, and then a winning trade today on YM. So that's been the week so far on my side on stream. But yeah, we'll see if Dan can get this NQ winning trade to end the week. I think it looks really, really solid. Personally, I like it.
I know why it struggled though, because we by House UK said the pivot thing, put the magnet on. The one of the most important technical analysis pieces of advice ever. Put the magnet on the chart. So I've done that. Thank you for your advice. I apologize about that. I think that's probably why I wasn't doing very well to begin with. So let's keep the magnet nice and high as well. There we go. Perfect. Now it will work.
Yeah, we'll NVIDIA's taking off here. Wow. 22, 23, 4 on NVIDIA.
Yeah. Come on, break above the New York VWAP. That's what we want to see. The magnet is there. Come on, what more do you want? We get that strong break for the VWAP. I'm confident it'll go towards, at least as you said, the opening range high.
Yeah, I mean that's where I would expect it.
Which is pretty close to the IB high, to be fair. They're pretty aligned. Because I think if it will go higher, I think it'll go with strength.
Yeah. Well, the magnet is on now, so now it has to.
Yeah.
just put the magnet above the opening range high, then it'll go there. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. Like that? There we go.
You just need to take off that New York session VWAP, and I think you're looking good, Dan.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. How it does on this VWAP is important for sure.
Yeah. I think if it closes above it now on the next 15-minute bar or so, I think you're looking pretty good.
Yeah. How are we looking on the 15-minute? Yeah, I mean, you look at it on a 15-minute time frame, it looks so much better.
Like staircase higher, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep it on the 15-minute. Yeah. Looks like at the moment, it just looks like a nice bounce off the daily VWAP, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
But just from the whole price action for the whole New York session.
Correct. And remember that very rarely do you get, I mean, that 15-minute bar previously on NQ was, 210 points. Very rarely are you going to get like another 100-point higher trade to the high side. So maybe waiting for like a 50% or like a 25% retracement of those big candles. We use like the RB25, like a 25% retracement of that candle. You can be, okay, that's my entry price. Because after big candles like that, very rarely do you get like a just one-way explosive momentum to the high side. Very rarely, at least.
That's true. Because it was a
I mean, 200 points in the 50-minute bar is pretty big.
Yeah. I had the stream on listening in the background and thinking, what is he talking about a magnet? Yeah. Magnets work. Just put them on your chart and you'll be fine. Targeting IB high, but we'll see here. We'll see. What I don't want to happen is what I said at the beginning of the stream, where I just get caught in just post NFP chop. That's what I don't want today.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla's now up 3%. So my swing position I spoke about on pre-market, I'm back in profit actually on it.
Nice.
There we go. Slight profit on that. So I had a long position on Tesla then, swing position. I was in at 327, and I've been in some drawdown for a bit with my stop loss at 300. So that's back in profit. So Tesla moving higher for you. You have YM still holding up. NVIDIA is ripping, Dan, which should bring NQ.
Should bring up, shouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Apple, what's Apple doing? Apple's starting to get a little bit of lift off here as well.
We're moving lower here. Look at that. That bounce off the New York V up there. Let's see where we go here.
So look, we've still got 7 minutes until that 15-minute bar closure. So look.
Yeah. 7 minutes, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's using a new indicator.
The lines were off. Stop loss too.
It's hilarious. Perfect. Again, guys, we'll see you here every single day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern Time. We start the countdown for market open. If you aren't subscribed to Dan's channel, my channel, make sure you are. And then obviously Edgeful. We're live here. Dan, you're on Tuesdays and Fridays. And
Yes.
then I'm live Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Tuesday is the only day that I'm off. But make sure you are subscribed, put the notifications on so you can check us out. Yeah, I mean, this looks good, Dan. I personally still like it, dude.
I've moved the magnet a bit lower. We need to move it a little bit lower.
Oh, jeez.
Anyone just coming on the stream now be like, what on earth is going on?
That's funny.
Yeah, where we close with this New York VWAP is going to be, I think, important here.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed. YM picking up a little bit of steam again. YM's bounced off the New York Session Open VWAP, and then ES is still above opening range high. So hopefully that brings your NQ higher, boss.
Yeah. But it's one of those where I will cut it after a certain time as well. I'm not going to sit on the desk here for 4 hours watching this. No way on a Friday. Oh, what we got now? 6 minutes until this candle closes.
There you go.
Would love to see it close above the New York VWAP here. Come on.
Where do you get that magnet, by the way? That's hilarious, dude. Pictures.
It's in the emojis here. It's the circle button, yeah.
Yeah, but then where do you...
It's like, I think because it's a previously used one, you just have to scroll down and find it. It'll be there somewhere.
Flipping out. I'm lazy to find it.
Who needs VWAPs and EMAs? Just get your magnet on the screen.
Magnet.
You'll be good.
Oh, there, I found it.
Found it?
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I found it. There you go. There it comes.
There you go. You're welcome. You watch your trading performance skyrocket. You took 10,000 in payouts recently. You're going to take 20,000 now, mate. Promise you.
Cheers. I appreciate it. Flipping out. Yeah. Who wants 10? We want 20 with and a magnet. Yeah. 11 a.m. missile inbound. Yeah, I mean, it looks good. I'm just watching the video as well. YM's making a new half day. NQ just needs... I would like for you, Dan, to NQ to close above that New York Session Open VWAP. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
Like,
Agreed.
1 minute.
Agreed. I think if it doesn't close above it, it's not looking good, I think.
Geez, Wyme is looking
We'll see though.
extremely bullish, yeah. So I've still got that 25% on it. Yeah, Wyme's looking bullish. ES is holding up, and we have every single Mag 7 stock green except Google. And again, the opening candle continuation, here's another stat for you, Dan. Opening candle continuation today on NQ was bullish as well. And you remember the first 30 minutes was red, and then it flipped green.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we can see over here, in terms of my daily screener, this is probably my favorite tool with edgeful, because now, like, even if I take a loss on the long, I'm like, well, at least I was trading in a statistically directional, the correct bias, in probabilities. So we can see on every single one of my assets here that I watch, so it's Mag 7 and then ES, NQ, and Wyme, only Google was bearish in the first hour. Remember, in the first 30 minutes, NQ was bearish, as you can see, and then after the first hour, we changed to bullish. So that's quite a strong sign as well, Dan. I remember I was in a long about 3 weeks ago, and the first 30 minutes was bearish, and then we bounced hard, and I took a long, and that day ended up ripping, actually, if I remember.
Yeah. I feel it. I feel it's got a big move to the upside here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't care about what I feel, so we'll see.
Yeah, the market, we would love it to be that way, but the market doesn't care about it. Yeah.
So insensitive to my
feelings. I feel a tingle.
Feel it in my fingers.
Yeah. Wine was clean, James, not like NQ and ES dealing in the middle. Yeah, I mean, I really like that Wine trade. I mean, it was presenting for me. But again, on any of the stock, on any of the indexes, I think longs are the better play today, personally. Oh, well, yeah. I don't know. Don't argue with me. Argue with the screener, Yeah, this looks good, Dan. Here we go.
Look at that magnet. It's the magnet. I can't take any credit for this. It's the magnet.
Missile time. Yeah. What does Randy call it? Straight boner candles.
What we got? We got 45 seconds until this candle closes. Don't move low on me now. Come on.
Just get above the New York for you, yeah. If we can close above like 710, I think that would be solid.
Yeah, I agree. Where are we at now? Yeah, we're around about 710.
711. Yeah, there we go. Come on, above 710, 20 seconds time.
Yeah, it's been a tease.
Yeah, here we go. 712.
What's it? 6 seconds left.
Yeah, 6 seconds. 3, 2. Yeah, this looks good, Dan. 720. Jeez, we close at 720. That looks good, bro.
There we go. Let's move the magnet a bit lower.
Perfect, guys. We come up to the hour. Dan, I do have to get on another call.
Yep.
Do you want to wrap it up here? We normally do wrap it up on the hour.
Yeah, I wrap it up here because I'm gonna shoot off soon anyway. If this trade doesn't close in the next sort of 5-10 minutes, I'm gonna close it anyway because I've got to go anyway.
Brilliant. Yeah. So we'll keep you guys updated with our trades, obviously on social. So make sure you are following us. I'm closed for the green on Wyme and probably be done for the day potentially. But yeah, have a good the music. No, we focus on trading here. We always forget the music when I'm on stream.
Serious stuff only. No music.
Yeah. Music and magnets. But yeah, guys, appreciate you guys all joining in. We'll leave it there. I think there's some great value to be had from the stream. Dan, it's always a pleasure being on with you. I hope your trade gets to opening range high.
Cheers,
and then, yeah, we'll see you guys all on Monday. Andrew and I'll be live 9:15 a.m. Eastern time. Have a good one. Cheers, guys.
See you guys.